Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross, and my free-to-play account, who has always been extremely lucky, has striked again. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter or part of my Discord, you probably don't know what's up, but if you did, you know what happened. This is the poll I did yesterday on the free poll, and I got myself a boosted Marluxia. And I also got a trait roll for Ventus, which is really good because my Ventus needs a little bit more work. But again, it is striked. Free-to-play count just becomes stronger and stronger, and that means the good thing about this game right now is there's avatar boards for traits for older medals that already had their banners, because it's going to be very hard to get these medals traded without a banner that's on their release. Like, hey, as you pull for this, VIP coins equals more traits, or you get a trait roll per pull. We don't have that. With all these free pulls and these tickets and everything going on, if we get a very powerful medal, if you don't trade it, there's no point. So I really like these avatar boards, and we're going to jump in and do some trait rolls for it. So first off, here's the Marluxia. You can tell it's boosted because it has 36 cost and not 46. No traits on it. Looking really good. If you guys remember, the last one I got on my free pull was Lee, boosted, 36. But he doesn't have good traits except for negative 60, which makes him more than enough. But if I want this guy to carry on further and further and further, I want to get pure plus 1000s. And plus 2000 or extra attack here. So I want this all to be plus 1000. And I want that to be extra attack 120. I know I could use a negative 60 aerial, but there's a lot harder quests out there that have ground enemies, and it's always been the ground enemies give the best rewards. Now, that's not true all the time, but organization event, I think Zaldin was only one that was aerial. Every other organization member was a ground unit. So you got to keep that in consideration. Ground just seems to be more valuable than anything in this game. So I want to trade these both up, and that means goodbye jewels towards these two. Now, the reason I am going to be doing Bars Marluxia is because, one, it is boosted. He's got the extra plus 1000. He's got a very high multiplier, so it is RNG based. That's why I didn't really want to pull for him when he came out. If you got him, congrats. It's a lot of RNG. You got to reset the quest over and over and over again. But if that 19.21 hits with the proper traits, it's a lot of damage. Not chase worthy, but since I got it, I'm going to try it out. And I might as well clean him up too. So I was really excited about this. Came back from the camping trip. I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. Ventus, though, like I said, plus 1000 ground. He's just missing extra attack and more plus 1000s or aerial. So let's see if this trait roll comes out good. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. Now, if I don't get anything, it was out of a free pull. Did not expect anything out of free pulls. Free pulls are just great. If you do get something, then it's incredible. But if this trait comes out good, oh, the one I don't need. The one I don't need. I don't want to troll nothing. I might as well keep all this. That sucks. That when you don't need it, it shows up. When you need it, it's like, oh no, nowhere to be seen. I don't want to trade your medal. So let's try to go get buy some of these avatar boards. I'm going to purchase one more of each. All right, there's Axel's board. One board purchase. It lets me buy it right away, but roll your traits first for your first board, and then go buy another board. Don't buy them right away so you don't have to jump back and forth. Just buy the one board, get those 3 traits there, and then do your trait rolls. If they come out bad, go buy another board. So we're going to start off with Marluxia because I already did Axel. So let's see what we get out of Marluxia here. Roll number 1. When I looked at the Marluxia in there, I'm like, is that an old one? When I first got the pulse, like, that's not the new Marluxia, is it? And it is. Look at that smug ass face. Come on, give me those good traits. Poison resist. Where's that negative 60 ground? Why did I roll Ventus first? Now that I think about it, like, my mind always plays tricks on me. It's saying, oh, this is what you did. It could have been this. Like, hey, if you didn't roll negative 60 over there, it would have been over here. A lot of people say it's time-based. I just say just roll. Doesn't matter. But it just bugged your mind in the back saying, hey, that negative 60 ground could have been on Marluxia if you started with it. Oh, well, what are you going to do, right? So far, these traits, they hurt. I had to buy 2 boards anyways. I should have bought both of them. Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. That is a plus 1000 right there. Now let's carry that over onto Lee here and give him a plus 1000 because that's what he needs. Now, the reason I'm working on Lee, you guys might think to yourself, well, he doesn't have anything special. He's a copy medal. Copy medals last forever. They definitely last a long time if they all had Supernova activated, but this is a new copy medal and he does have Supernova, so he will last longer than my other medals because he can always copy the newest multiplier. I just got to get his general strength up to a good amount so he can last even longer than that, and this is not happening. This is not happening. The gauges though, hey, the gauges, like I said, This is RNG, but if you want these metals to last, if you want your jewels or your investment to carry on so you don't have to keep pulling in the future, you got to trade your metals. The proper trades. That is such a weird metal. Such a weird metal. Oh, more avatar boards. Now I know I could be saving for something new, but my my equipment is pretty much set. Like, I've got a good amount of equipment already in the game where my Keyblade has the proper metals on the fairy stars, and I'm beating all the quests I need. I'm doing high tier Coliseum. I've got enough metals to do PvP, so I don't really need to pull for anything in the future. I'm just gonna work on the metals I have currently. The thing about pulling right now is that they're emphasizing these banners with traits. I'm gonna do Marluxia right now. So every time you pull, you get a trait for the new metal. Every time you pull, you get VIP coins, which equals more traits. So it's actually better to just pull for a metal that's newer, new multiplier, and get the traits as you pull. But for freebies like this, you gotta buy the avatar board and cross your fingers. So they're emphasizing those traits. They are. But I don't need any replacements on my main Keyblades. And I'm not going to be going to pull for reverse speed metal because there's not really good Keyblades with that you want to use for the meta. God. No. Why are you coming out so bad? I swear, it's the time I record. Boom. Boom. Should not have done that. Should not have done that. Marluxia, you did not happen. So anyways, my point being is that I don't have to go pulling for new metals if I already invested 30,000, 15,000 jewels on previous metals. I'm just going to work on with what I have. So if I can reroll traits on them and they're on my good Keyblade, then that's what I'm going to do. There we go. There we go. That looks good. I'm gonna put that right there, because I got a good feel I'm gonna get a couple more of them. That's what I'm looking for. So, upright speed, fairy stars, final slot. This metal works really good. Once my TVA is no longer needed. Ventus. This is my free-to-play account, right? Yeah, my free-to-play account doesn't raid. Nope. Free to play, there's just no time for me to double raid. I can't double raid. I know you can just sit there and play 2 devices at the same time, right? But I've got a kid. I've got a wife. I've got recordings. I've got streams. I don't have time to do 2 accounts. So every time you guys see a rating on this one, it's going to hurt you if you're a raider. It's definitely going to hurt inside. I know you're going to be like, well, that counts as a good trait. The game's going to hate you for it. They know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they know. They know that I don't raid. And I never will. My main account, though, I'm letting it pick up. Like, I know 18 more levels, I get 5,000 jewels, and it's very important for a free-to-play account to get more and more jewels, and I understand that. But at the same time, if you don't got the time, then there's no point investing into raids. What board is this? That is board number 4, so I only got 1 more board after this. I still think this is way cheaper than doing the pulls, because you could pull 5 times for a medal. We're going to mix it up to lead now. You could pull 5 times or 10 mercy and get a medal, and in those 10 pulls you get 10 trait rolls or maybe 20. But if you don't get your traits in those pulls, you got to pay 3,000 jewels after that per pull. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to use a sleeping line. I'm not going to use a sleeping line or anything like that for raiding, even though Lee can just sit there on the fairy stars. Yeah, I know. That's 2 raid medals. That's 2 good traits, though. That's 2 good traits. That's 2 good traits. Like I was saying, 3,000 jewels per trait hurts, but 1,500 for 3 traits is pretty good. It's pretty good. I still want it to be a little bit cheaper, but at least it's the step in the right direction. Wow, we could have just left Lee the way he was. I guess we got the extra 1,000, which gives him more. Like, it hurts spending jewels regardless and getting nothing out of it. Marluxia! Hey, where are you, Marluxia? I have a native 60 for you. Oh, man. Marluxia, you missed out on 2 of them. Why didn't I just go with my whole, like, oh, let's just keep trading Marluxia. That's 2 negative 60s he's missed out on, and that's 2 medals that already had the negative 60 ground, and they got it. But yeah, 1,500 jewels versus 3,000 for 1. Seems really, really good. I don't know what you are a hot mess. You are just a hot. You know where I'm going this, right? Please, Marluxia, please. I know you were free, but stop having that free traits. Like, this is embarrassing. There we go. Oh my God, we got 3 of them. Nice. Nice. All right, let's take away one of those HPs and let's put that negative 60 ground there. He just became viable. He just became viable for ground enemy quest. That is really, really good. Now again, boss enemies because he's not AoE, but still. Oh my god, the damage in raids. What do you want from me? Actually, you don't got good traits. I could use you for PvP, but again, we'll put the raid there just because there's nothing else I want to take away. Where Axel's gauges are pretty cool. Like, I wouldn't mind the gauges because they help the TVA medals, they help other medals, small keyblades, so on and so on. So that's not too bad. But these are only 2 medals I'm going to work on. I know I could reroll traits on the other medals, like my Master Xehanort, but he's near perfect, and there's just no point from there. Like, if the medal's near perfect, don't try to finish it off. Like, if you're missing 1 plus 1,000, it's no biggie. No biggie at all. Like, it makes a difference. Don't get me wrong. It definitely makes a difference. But again, let me see what happens when you bought all 5. Does the board just disappear? The board just disappeared, right? Yeah, the board disappeared. At least I think so. We're going to jump back for Marluxia. But yeah, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Here's Master Xehanort. There is a trait board, but he's got, oh, for 2 1,000s. Makes him a lot better because he's sitting at 21,000 the way he is right now. That's with the extra 400 there. Yeah. Actually, he's at 22. No, yeah. No, he's right. That's with the 400 there. Yeah. Okay, so again, yeah, I could, but he's got the -60 aerial and ground, so it's not a big deal. Like, I'm really rolling traits here. Yes, for the more plus 1,000s because that's all I need. But if I get the -60 aerial, it's really good. Extra attack, really good. So on and so on. So there's more than just plus 1,000s when it comes to these trait rolls, where Master Xehanort, I don't need 60 aerial, ground, I don't need the extra attack, so that's 3 more dead traits to show up versus how little there is here. There's only 1 dead trait to show up. On top of the other dead traits like poison resist, sleep resist, paralysis resist. So there's more reward out of these trait rolls than just trying to specifically roll for 1,000. That means every other trait besides plus 1,000 is useless. I can't believe it. I can't believe that -60 ground just keeps showing up. Extra attack, plus 1,000s, aerial. That is 3 solid traits. I know there's a lot of traits, but it's 3 solid traits. All the above. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to put that right there. There we go. I think we have 1 more trait board for this guy, which equals extra attack, plus 1,000, and -60 ground. That's 3 traits out of all the traits that I need. So that's not bad to keep going fishing for. Again, Master Xehanort, 1 trait, just plus 1,000 out of all those traits. It's huge RNG. Not worth it. Not worth it. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I need extra attack, -60 aerial, plus 1,000. I'm looking for 3 traits out of all the traits. It's a big list. You got poison, paralysis, sleep, gauges, raiding. You've got like a good amount of things, plus 2,000 defense. So 3 out of 9 or 10, like that I don't want to see. I could use extra 2,000 defense in PvP, but I'd rather keep those gauges for just keyblades that are very heavy costing. You don't have attack boost 9, max XP gauge 0 in hand, and one of your medals are costing like 10. They help. They definitely help. But you know what's better? Plus 1,000s. Extra attack. Anything. It's my last trait roll on you, Lee. It's my last one, buddy, until I get lucky later on or they release more avatar boards for you. I've invested so much in you. You came out good, though. I'm not going to lie. A boosted plus 1,000 -60. You didn't come out too bad. You didn't come out too bad at all. Like, still. Like, I know this really sucks seeing these gauges, but once I roll this over here, if I get 2,000 or extra attack, he's going to come out even better. He is boosted, so he does have technically plus 2 1,000s. He's at 22,000 strength. Now, I know it cost me a lot of jewels, but again, there's no other way to make this medal that viable. Now, Marluxia, extra attack, plus 1,000s, whatever comes up, there's still 3 of them I want there, so I'm going to buy the last avatar board, I believe, for him. Now, this is like also a warning to you guys. If you are still saving up for a Keyblade, you don't need to do this. But I rather work on the medals I have than chasing other medals, especially because it's so much cheaper. 1,500 jewels. So that's the last board for Marluxia. So there should be no more Marluxia boards, and Axel board is completely gone. So let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, completely gone. All right, let's go finish this up. And would I do Ventus again? Let me see. Ventus, he also has 3 traits to go for, but I got Ventus, I've got my TVA medal, who needs a -60 ground. I wish I chased a little bit more on TVA, but you can't do much about that. And then I have my Lightning, who's got everything already. So that's why I'm not really working on my Ventus, because I've got a lot of speed medals to take over, and especially because I'm working on Lee now. So it's the reason I'm not really putting more into Ventus, just because of the newer medals I already currently have. Like Lightning takes great, the great upright speed fairy star slot. She's got it. Now what are you gonna do, Marluxia? Wow, Marluxia, we've got some problems, buddy. Guys, how's your trait rolls going? Did you chase the traits like I did, or did you just totally skip it? Again, if you get the right traits, it just changes everything. But if you don't, you did spend a bunch of jewels and got nothing. That's the one thing about the polls that are pretty good, is the polls will give you more sub slots. Again, depending where you are in the game, if you have a lot of tier 8s and 9s in your sub slots, then you don't really need the polls. But if you do need the polls, you get sub slots, at least with your jewels. Or this is pure RNG, and it could be anything. Alright, boss Marluxia. You can raid, because whatever, poison resist. So, that is the end result for boss Marluxia. That is the end result for Lee. Am I upset that I spent all those jewels? No, not at all. Because Lee, great copycat medal. He's going to last a long time compared to the other medals. Boss Marluxia kind of sucks, but I didn't have a good reverse speed medal. Again, I didn't need it. The other Keyblades I use, really not worth the investment. But like I said, depending on your equipment, depending on your Keyblade, what you have already, then jewels just mean clean up or replacing a medal that's outdated. So yes, I need a good reverse magic medal, but it's not super important. If one comes up that's a banner by itself, that's where my future jewels will go towards. But I got my Aqua here. It's got both -60 aerial ground, extra attack, plus 1000 and 2000, sitting really good. Master Xehanort, it's got the -60 aerial ground, extra attack, sitting really good. Could use plus 1000s, but I'm not going to chase one trait, just one type of trait. Upright speed, plus 1000s, ground aerial, just trying to get this pet trait a little bit better. And my best medal in the game for me, plus 1000s, 60 aerial ground, extra attack. My Keyblade is set. I don't need to pull. I didn't need to roll these traits, but for Lee, it was 100% worth. He's going to replace Lightning eventually. Where that Marluxia, not really the greatest investment, but hey, I got it and I have a lot of jewels saved. He's going to fit over here in a 5.429. Not the best multiplier when you compare it. Sorry, 5.439. When you compare it to my fairy stars, like 5.5, 5.7, 6.0. Still really good Keyblade though. Really good Keyblade. So that's why I didn't mind, because that's where boss Marluxia is going to go on to, instead of my Phantom there. If they ever unlock Supernova for your copy medals, then my Phantom's going to be really, really good to go back in there. But for now, it isn't, so I need something to go there. So now this Keyblade's looking a little bit better. I got to get a better upright magic for that. But again, I don't want to work on multiple Keyblades. I just want to work on the one. So me investing on different slots doesn't make sense when my slots that work on Fairy Stars works on the Starlight. And it works on the Stroke of Midnight, but that was the only awkward spot there, and that's why I worked on boss Marluxia, because it works on the top 3 Keyblades currently in the meta. So it's to me, the jewels were worth it. To you, if you're rolling traits on an upright power medal or something that you already have a really good medal for, like I said, perfect traits, no extra attack there, but I have good traits on all these medals, and then you're just wasting jewels. If you're trying to make another reverse power, you can't fit another reverse power on this Keyblade unless you do the pet slot. But if your pet slot already has a powerful medal, there's no point pulling for that medal or trading for that medal. Yes, you got it in the free pull, but make sure it fits on your setup without replacing a medal you currently have that's doing a really good job. You're passing the quest, you're passing the events. Don't invest in that upright magic slot because you already have an upright magic. Invest in the upright speed if you need it, or power over here for reverse. So really take that consideration. Don't just see me pulling for these medals and these traits. Work on Keyblades, guys. If it works on one Keyblade and another, it works out really good. And that's why I like the Fairy Stars. Fairy Stars connected to the Starlight. Starlight connected to the Stroke of Midnight. Stroke of Midnight just need that little bit of work on the reverse speed. So it was a win-win-win. Make sure it's a win-win-win for you guys when you do this. Let me know how your traits went. I know it can go really bad because you just saw that. I got lucky with -60 ground and a couple plus 1000s. Besides that, I didn't see any extra attack. I didn't see any -60 aerials, and I bought all 5 boards for both of them. So it's a huge investment, but just by those little bit of traits, those medals last a long time because of it. Your jewels are actually worth it in the end, but it is RNG. Polling's RNG, traits are RNG. You can't really complain about the RNG. You're playing a gacha game. Just be smart with how you do it. Anyway, guys, that's enough for me. I did my trait rolls. Let me know how yours went. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.